Hello and welcome. 5 p.m. in India, 10:30 p.m. here in Melbourne. Not the result any one of us expected after that post-lunch session, which went completely India's way because of that partnership between Jaiswal and Pant. In fact, when India went to tea with just three down, there was every reason to believe that this match could be saved on a wicket which was not doing much, on a wicket where Nathan Lyon was getting very slow turn, the ball was old. There was really no point and no reason why India couldn't save that game. So, if we kind of decode, so we will divide this show into two parts. First part, we will decode what happened in Melbourne and try and understand the lessons. And second part, we will take it forward to Sydney and understand because only 3 days, and India is going to be out on the 3rd of January playing the New Year Test, which is going to be massive, by the way. Because if you still win that Test match in Sydney, you win the series. You retain Border Gavaskar Trophy. You go back winners of the series, and your WTC dreams are still alive with Australia going to Sri Lanka. So, in every sense, that Sydney Test match, in fact, for a change, let's forget WTC and focus on the series itself. Because if you win Sydney, you can get it done. Here, one by one. If you take a look at the dismissals, and I will take as many questions as possible. Saurabh Suman waiting for the live. Thank you. India was clueless today. This has been the case for the last. I don't think India was clueless, Saurabh. Absolutely, India wasn't clueless. Rohit Sharma had blunted the new ball along with Jaiswal. That's when the foolish shot came. It wasn't clueless. They had a clear strategy. Virat Kohli chasing the ball on eighth stump. It wasn't about being clueless. It was about ego taking over. Then that post-lunch session, Rishabh Pant and Yashasvi Jaiswal were first class. They did not lose a wicket. They clearly controlled that session. There is no way you can play that shot to Travis Head. It is not about being clueless. It is about ego taking over and arrogance taking over. Because at that point in time, he was the only fielder out there of Travis Head, and Pant decided to take him on. I'm tired. I'm tired of hearing that he plays like this and plays like a maverick. Pant has so much talent. He had played 100 balls already. When you've controlled the match, when you've got Jaiswal playing at the other end, there is absolutely no reason for you to play that shot and give it away. In my book, there is only one way you play cricket, the way your team benefits the most. There is no other way. No other way matters. Whoever you are, you can be the greatest match winner born, Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant. You have to play in a manner that your team benefits. Nothing more. It's as simple as that. Priyanshu, 120 for 3 and the match was drawn. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. It was an easy draw. Rishabh Pant and Yashasvi Jaiswal completely in control. 50 overs had been bowled, 30 overs with that old ball, which was doing nothing. Australia had gone to Travis Head, for God's sake, to try and make up for the over rate. They were 5 overs behind. And what you do, this was a half tracker, which could have been played to any part of the MCG, and you went for the longest part of the ground, long on, where a fielder is settled, and you go for that, and you don't clear that fielder and get out. That is when the tide turned. The gates opened. Jadeja, Nitish Reddy, Washington Sundar, Nitish Reddy, and of course the rest of the batters one by one, and that Jaiswal out after that, that hook shot. That was again a moment of madness. There is no reason to play that shot when Sundar is at the other end. With Sundar, you can bat out 20 overs and save the game. The platform was there for Pant and Jaiswal to become heroes. Unfortunately, India gave it away. India gifted wickets and handed the match. So, according to me, it was a clear case of self destruction. Plenty of questions already. Let's take as many as possible. Okay, will weather allow full match at Sydney at this point? Ragin Nair, I'll take this. But before that, Priyanshu, or will weather allow? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, weather is fine. Friday is cloudy. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, decent weather. Only Tuesday at this point, the last day of the series, there is chance of rain, but we know that even that can change. Even that can change. Uh, India was clueless. No, I've answered that. We can repeat Perth. Please, for God's sake, Rohit should be dropped himself. If you actually say by on form, there's no reason that Gill should sit out, and it's right that on form Rohit has not looked the part. He has not looked the part right through this series. So there is no question that Rohit should, he has to deliver in Sydney, because I think uh, if Rohit doesn't do that, I think it's the end of the road. But uh, at this point, to say that Rohit will drop himself in Sydney, not happening. Not happening. We understood very clearly from the press conference, and by the way, I actually agree with that call. That captain in the middle of the series deserting his ship and saying, "Okay, I'm giving up," or retiring or anything like that is a cowardly call. Is a cowardly call. So I would actually say that Rohit and Virat will play in Sydney. That's my not my assumption. I think that's what is going to happen. And if Rohit fails again, it's the end of Rohit Sharma as a red ball player, because Gautam Gambhir and Ajit Agarkar should both sit him down and say, for whatever reason, it's not happening, and it's time to move on, because the failures have been continuing for a long, long time. So you captain in white ball cricket, you captain in the Champions Trophy, but as far as red ball England is concerned, we haven't made the WTC final. It is time to look beyond. But as far as Sydney is concerned, I don't think either Rohit or Virat will sit out, because they at this point at least they are very much part of the schema. Will Gill play Sydney's test? Vivek Bhagat, very important question. In whose place? I think Gill will play. I think Gill will play, and they will again drop Washington Sundar. Because if you see, they had placed two all rounders, Nitish Reddy and Washington Sundar, to give the bowlers a cushion, mainly Jasprit Bumrah a cushion. Frankly, the two bowlers together bowled 27 overs. 27 meager overs in 4 innings by the two all rounders. So you actually played the two all rounders for, and dropping Shubman Gill. They bowled 27 overs cumulatively. So what do you do here? I think they will drop Washington Sundar, because obviously Nitish Reddy cannot be dropped and should not be. He is one of your best batters, if not along with Jaiswal and Rahul. So Nitish Reddy will play. I think they will bench Washington Sundar and get Shubman Gill back. When Rishabh Pant will learn, trust me, that is the question to be asked. That is the question to be asked. When will man has so much talent? He had 100 balls under his belt. He is completely in control. He has taken the game, the bull by the horn. Jaiswal is playing well, and he plays that shot and gives it all away. It is a problem. It is a problem. And by the way, the first innings we had seen a similar shot. Second innings we have seen a similar shot, and that's the issue. SCG spinner friendly. Why drop Washi? No, I don't think SCG is spinner friendly anymore. The pitches and the nature of the pitches have changed, so it is no longer spinner friendly. Do you think Jaiswal was out, Richik Doshi? Yes, he was. Okay, let's put it this way. I agree with you. I know where you're coming from, Ruchik. There are two things here. Umpiring has been inconsistent. Why and how? Common sense says there is a deviation. Get this. There was the graph like this, you know, straight and here. So you could understand that there was an edge. The umpire did not go by Sneeko. Sneeko said there was no edge. Now here's the point. Why would you want to go with Sneeko or go to Sneeko if you are going by common sense? Number two, if you are going with Sneeko, then why is it that you are not going with Sneeko for the Akash Deep decision? Then why is it that you are not going with Sneeko for the Akash Deep decision? Because that is the inconsistency. Because in the Jaiswal decision, he overruled Sneeko. In the Akash Deep decision, he went with Sneeko. And that, I think, is a clear case of inconsistency. The worst thing was that Australia didn't outplay us. Absolutely correct, Ankit Raj, and this is what I've been continuously saying, that it was India who gifted wickets away and lost the match rather than Australia winning it. And that is what is painful, because at tea break, 70% chance was India drawing, more than that, and all of a sudden you give it away. Enough is enough. I'm done. No, my friend, it is never enough. You cannot just say, I will not support this team. 1908 to 2016, 108 years. 108 years, the Chicago Cubs did not win anything in America in baseball. Wrigley Field, the support kept growing and growing. You are saying this today because you're hungry. When tomorrow morning you wake up, you will again support this team. That's about it. Something about KL Rahul. I thought removing KL Rahul from the opening position was not fair. He was scoring runs. He had looked very strong and very good right through the series. All of a sudden, to move him back to number three wasn't a fair call, and could have uh, uh, and it wasn't a good decision in there. But today, that ball that KL Rahul got an edge to, he has played that ball, Uh, no, John. By the way, one second at a time. He had played that ball many times. He's left it. He could not move the bat away, and that was a problem today. Look, Rohit Sharma's. I wasn't there at the Rohit Sharma press conference, but I think all the questions were asked. I mean, he was asked about his batting, about Pant, because I had asked Shubhan to ask about Pant, the Pant shot. So I think a lot of questions were asked. When you people sugarcoat, what sugarcoat? What is sugarcoat, my friend? What is sugarcoat? Sugarcoat and ask questions directly. Ask, when will you leave? You know, there are certain protocols. You ask, when will you leave? Who are you to ask when will you leave? There is a selection committee, there is a chairman of selectors, there's a coach, there's a team management. He will say, I won't leave on my terms. I don't want to leave, drop me. So why are you not dropping him? What stops the coach and the management and the chairman of selectors, all of them, to get to? It's not like that, Mayur. It's not like, that you are angry and you're telling the Indian captain 3 days to go for a test match, so get lost. And uh, okay, those leaving second batch and shoot departure. Okay, so that's not how it happens, and I think you have to call it. Rohit Sharma has not looked the part in this series. Make no mistake. Virat Kohli has not looked the part in this series. Virat Kohli plays time and again that booming shot, chasing a ball on seven stump or eight stump and gifts the wicket. Rohit Sharma gifts their wicket. These are not dismissals that you want to see at all. And that is where I think India has gone wrong. Rest Bumrah. How on earth? Then who bowls for you in Sydney? It is one of the most important test matches. Rest Bumrah after that. Give him a month's rest and then get him back for Champions Trophy. He doesn't need to play the England series. It is absolutely not needed for Jasprit Bumrah to play anything. But he has to play Sydney. He has to play Sydney because you can still win the Border Gavaskar Trophy if you win Sydney. So there's no question. Rohit Sharma press conference after we are not talking about New Zealand. We are talking about now. Shubham, right? And Shubhopom, somebody. Still, I would say 2011 Australia, 2011, don't even compare. This match went to the last session, 10 overs to go. 2011, India did not even compete. India, and I, by the way, I covered 2007, 8, 2011, 2004, 2014, 2018. So 2011, every day we would turn up at matches in 3 days. India would be bundled out 3.5 days, Perth 2.5 days, and we would think there would be fight and there would be no fight whatsoever. So it's not the same. I don't. RS is boss. Too many questions. I mean, before even I could get to a question, the thing just goes away. Test cricket is about discipline, temperament, and self-control. Devraj Bose, absolutely correct. If you hear my broadcasts, I've been saying this continuously that Test cricket is about temperament, discipline. Tendulkar 241 in Sydney was all about self-discipline, was all about temperament, not playing that cover drive, not letting his ego take over, not letting giving into the temptation of playing a shot that was his bread and butter shot. Sabarish today is hurting a lot. 100% it's hurting a lot. Believe me, I was angry, frustrated, disappointed when it happened. Uh, that after the post-lunch session, when I thought India had done all the hard yards, and then you do this 100%. 100% it hurts, and it hurts very bad. In Sydney, I also think Akashdeep would be a selection. This thing, it will depend on the nature of the wicket. For example, I thought Akashdeep should have been played in Adelaide and not Melbourne. Melbourne was more a hit the deck Scott Boland, Harshit Rana kind of wicket, where you played an Akashdeep who's more a kiss the deck bowler. So there I think is an issue there. Absolutely, India's team selection. You played two all rounders to give the batters a cushion, sorry, the bowlers a cushion, and you bowled them a meager 27 overs in 2 innings combined. RS has already conveyed his retirement to BCCI. Has he told you? He's not told me. Who has said this, that he has conveyed his retirement to BCCI? Who says this? What is? Where is the chat? Wait 1 second. RS has conveyed his retirement to the BCCI. Acha, okay, very good. Sydney, last test of Rohit. If he doesn't score, 100% it should be his last test. If you ask me, the management, the coach, the head coach, the chairman of selectors, after the Sydney test, if he doesn't score and fail in Sydney, if India loses out, absolutely should sit him down and say, look, play the Champions Trophy, play white ball cricket, captain there. But as far as WTC is concerned, we are not there. Let us start afresh with the England series. If Virat failed in SCG, do you see him in England as a batsman if Rohit is dropped? Look, if you ask me, Virat has still looked better, but he has time and again let his ego take over, because he's now, the Australians know that if you put it in that channel, this man will make this mistake. If you put it in that channel, Virat Kohli will fall for the bait and he will give it all away. It is now a known thing against Virat Kohli, and that is the problem. Virat Kohli, according to me, I've just done a piece. Go read it on the Rev Sports website. I've done a piece that Virat Kohli should not play a single cover drive in Sydney. Single cover drive in Sydney should not play. He should just tell himself, I will not play that shot. I will not play that shot at all. Because that shot, if you go by percentage points, that shot he's getting out far more too many times than getting runs. Rohit has good PR. What nonsense do you guys talk about here? What nonsense do you guys talk about? What good PR? Everybody is calling him that, Rohit Sharma is not playing the part. Rohit Sharma is not good enough, not good enough. What PR are you talking about? Where is this PR nonsense that keeps coming up? Okay. I'm saying after New Zealand series, he admitted Sydney is not spinning deck anymore. Correct. Priyanshu Bumrah should be next test captain, 100%. 100%. Vaibhav Taragi, Sydney, not spinning deck. Correct. Anuj Ramola, I don't. What is this super chat? Now Aussies may prepare a flat track in Sydney. No. It doesn't happen like that in 3 days. The track is already done. They will, yes, trim the grass maybe, but a flat track doesn't happen like that. And Jasprit Bumrah, I mean, Melbourne was a flat track, my friend. Melbourne was a flat track. It was the flattest wicket in this entire series. Melbourne was a really flat batting deck. Nothing was happening there. And that is why you just can't give up this match like the way India did. It was a flat track. No excuses for India not saving this match. We handed it to Australia on a platter. What was the other super chat, Ron? Just play it once more. Same team for SCG? No. VK should rest? No, not at all. I don't think that will happen. I think they will drop Washington Sundar again. They'll drop Washington Sundar again and get Shubman Gill in. But I do think they'll get Shubman Gill in. What was this? VK PR channel, VK fails, VK look better. What? What are you asking? What is the question? Fifth stump line problem will be exposed in England. I mean, look, but Rohit fails, Rohit should retire PR. Bullshit. Why do these jerks come and ask questions which make no sense whatsoever? Yes, I mean, Virat Kohli's problem on the 6th stump, 7th stump, 8th stump, he's chasing balls time and again, and there's a problem there. Yeah, batting changes, I agree. I agree that Shubman Gill will play. Shubman Gill will play or should play. Who will they drop? And I've been thinking about it. In all fairness, the two people who haven't delivered are Rohit and Virat. But Rohit and Virat will play Sydney for sure. So if that is the case, then the only person you will drop, I think, is Washington Sundar, because they will play Jadeja, and of course Nitish Kumar Reddy. So they will possibly go in with one change, and that's that one. By the way, think about it. Australia 2 was 94 for 6. They are as fragile. Their top order has been as fragile. Jasprit Bumrah has had their measure. The problem was yesterday when Bumrah and Siraj got tired, you did not have the third pacer for this deck. Had it been a hit the deck bowler, Akashdeep was not the right call for these conditions. Akashdeep was the right call for Adelaide. For the pink ball test, unfortunately, India did not play him there. India went with Harshit Rana. And then when India got Akashdeep in Brisbane, this was not the deck for him. If you look at the Australian bowlers, Mitch Starc, Pat Cummins, Scott Boland, all of them hit the deck, can get the ball to jump up. Akashdeep does not even have that pace. He bowls 135, 136 kilometers, not the 140 pace. So Akashdeep's bowling style was not suited for this particular venue at all, and that's why what happened. What happened? 94 for six. You should have bundled Australia out for 130 runs. You bundle Australia out for 130 and you chase 235, 240, 245. Different scenario. Sadly, it did not happen because Bumrah was tired. Siraj was tired. That's the problem. Too many questions. When are we going to Sydney? Somebody asks. Tomorrow morning. The Indian team is, I think, on an 11:30 flight. One lot of the Rev Sports team is on a 7:30 flight. I think they're taking Qantas, Shubhayan, Rohit Juglan, and Devashish Sen. And myself, Shormishta, Trisha, Gargi, and Ogni, five of us are on the 1 o'clock flight from Melbourne to Sydney. We land at 2:30. We land at 2:30. I'm told that tomorrow, obviously, the players will not do much. It's New Year's Day, harbour, fireworks, unwind, take stock of what is going on. On the first, they will practice. Second will be optional practice, and third, the game will start. Quite a few questions on Gautam Gambhir. I think the Gautam Gambhir call of Nitish Kumar Reddy has been a success. I think Gautam Gambhir should have a word with Rishabh Pant. I do think Rishabh Pant's dismissal was the turning point of the day. Had it not happened, India should have saved the game. There's no way. There's no way. Rishabh Pant can be kind of forgiven, forgotten for that particular shot. Do we get slow over rate penalty? I don't think so. Sydney rain prediction as of now, last day from what I was seeing, but these things, weather forecasts keep changing. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, there is no problem from what I see. Friday is cloudy. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, there is sunny. But will it change? We will keep you posted on the weather front as well. Really, Vaibhav Taragi, very, very good point. Really sad for Bumrah because 30 wickets in the series, somebody bowling his heart out, and then to give up on a match like this when there is absolutely no reason to do so, you just feel gutted for Bumrah. You feel very, very upset because this was a match for India to easily save, and they did not do it. Any update on Shami? No, I mean, he's definitely not coming. Will he be ready for Champions Trophy? Shami in England, possible, but we also need to. I think for England, India will certainly. I mean, Mohammad Siraj needs to get back in form. I think there are other bowlers also back home who India will need to get. I think Akashdeep will be a real handful. Mukesh Kumar will be a real handful in England because the ball will swing, the ball will move a bit. It's early summer. June is early summer in England. Mukesh Kumar will do a Bhuvaneshwar Kumar kind of job. Akashdeep will do a better job in England because those conditions, unlike Australia, which is more hit the deck, will suit them far more. What is the update on Rohit? There's no update. There's no update at the moment, folks. He will play in Sydney. My understanding is if he doesn't fare well in Sydney, it's the end of Rohit Sharma as a red ball player, because that's when you are not part of the WTC final. The next major tour is England. 5 test matches. Do I see Rohit? No. I do see Jasprit Bumrah as captain. I see Rishabh Pant as vice captain. If VK fails, he look better. I didn't get that question. What was it? Let me see if I can get it. was the question? VK fails, you say he looked better. If Rohit fails, he should retire. We can't understand. Look, there is no VK, there is no CK, there is no DK, there is no Rohit versus Virat here. Okay? This silliness that you guys do, stop it. Virat has failed, Rohit has failed. Collectively, India has failed. That's it. Rohit should retire because he's not looking the part, is what people are saying. At no point have I said we are anybody to say anyone should retire. This is a call to be made by the player. I am saying if he doesn't perform in Sydney, the management should have a word with him and start to look beyond him as a red ball player. That is, drop him. If Rohit can go back to domestic cricket and make a comeback and be ready for England, that is his call. None of us can say so and so should retire. As far as Virat is concerned, same deal. If someone is making the same mistake time and again, chasing the ball on 8 stump, 7 stump, 6 stump, it is a problem. It is a mistake. So there is no Virat looking better, Rohit looking better. Both have looked bad. Both have let the team down. Both their dismissals have cost India this game. I hope it is clear once and for all. So this no Viratian, Rohitian not business here, please, on this show. Bumrah deserves a rest. Yeah, but how do you give Bumrah that rest? There's one more match. There is one more match, and he has to. I actually agree. Arshdeep in England getting the ball to move in, and Arshdeep does get the ball to move in, curve in. A left arm fast bowler will make a big difference. I also think Nitish Kumar Reddy, if he adds about 5-6 yards of pace to his repertoire, bowls at about 135K to go with his batting, can be a real good asset as far as India is concerned in England. पर पंत ड्रॉप होगा इन सिडनी? नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा. आप कहां से बोल रहे हो ये मुझे पता है. सुनील गावस्कर इन 1984 had dropped कपिल देव, बट वो नहीं होगा. पंत ने दोनों इनिंग्स में, एक इनिंग्स में 30, एक इनिंग्स में 40. ड्रॉप तो होंगे नहीं, बट सही बात तो यह है कि पंत के साथ बात करना चाहिए इन द ड्रेसिंग रूम कि देखिए आपसे हमें उम्मीद है कि आप हमें मैच बचा के दोगे या जिता के दोगे. आप ऐसे अगर विकेट थ्रो करते रहते हो, this is absolutely unacceptable. Bumrah captain for red ball. What happens to workload management? Don't play him in India. Don't play him all games. Let Pant captain. Simple as that. Pant will be vice captain. Bumrah will be captain. Play him in England. And whenever you play at home, if you don't need Bumrah to play against all teams, don't play him. Don't play him. Let Pant captain those test matches. That's what it is. But it won't mean, or it doesn't mean, that Bumrah, who is your best captaincy candidate, doesn't get to captain India because you think of workload management. Rohit should be replaced by Shubman. Yes, I mean that there is a fair point for you to say that. Absolutely. All series that has not happened, but this is the last test match of the series. Your captain will not kind of be replaced by anyone because he will not leave the ship and walk away midway. So I don't think that's happening. I think Shubman will come back. Maybe at the expense of one of the all-rounders. And at this point in time, I don't think they'll drop Jadeja or Nitish Kumar Reddy, of course, no question. So I think they might just drop Washington Sundar and play Gill. Pant irresponsible. He's your best bet at this point. I agree. Both the shots were irresponsible, not just today. The first inning shot was equally, but give him, have a chat with him, make him understand that he can't do it, and then possibly I think Bumrah will be captain and Pant will be vice captain. Last couple of minutes on the show. Even I am a Rishabh Pant supporter, but I'm gutted. I have to say I was disgusted with the shots that he played. Disgusted. Dhruv Jurel, who? Rohit and Gambhir ki Jomchen or Rohit Bade? No. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. VK not about his form. It was 6-7 stump. That's what I'm saying, Shashank. It is a mental issue because he's letting muscle memory take over and he thinks he can play the cover drive and get away, and that's not happening. Siraj performed well. In the second innings, he bowled very well. But he too has to be consistent and support Bumrah ably going into Sydney. He will do a good job in SCG. I hope the same. Let's start the new year with a solid test match and redeem this and get the win under our belt, because if we do win Sydney, it's 2 apiece and we retain the Border Gavaskar trophy. So in that sense, Sydney is a massive, massive, massive test match for India. A word on Jadeja, the bowler. On these wickets, what potent here? How many wickets has Nathan Lyon picked or anybody picked? So these are not wickets where any spinner will have that kind of impact. It will not happen, not even in Sydney. So Jadeja has done his job. Even in the first innings, he picked up Sam Constas. So Jadeja has done the job that was expected of him. Okay, for WTC final scenarios, first win Sydney, otherwise you're done. Win Sydney and then you depend on Australia versus Sri Lanka. There is a Prabhat Jayasuriya there, so we've got to see. We've got to see what happens. I do think Sri Lanka will beat Australia in Galle and in home conditions, but before that, India has to win Sydney. I also think Jaiswal should have got 100 today. I think Jaiswal had no reason to play that hook shot and give it all away. He had played so well. I mean, at the start of the innings, looked all at sea, did not give it up, much like Marnus and Steve Smith. And then once he was there, Washington at the other end, he should not have given it up and continued. That is the that he should have. It was his platform to become a hero had he saved that match with 110 not out. Did not happen. And as I said, I mean, I will close the show saying three things. One, it was not Australia that won it, it was India that lost it. Two, India's batters were not out to good balls. India's batters, at least half of them, have given it away, have gifted wickets to Australia. Three, India needs to make a solid comeback in Sydney. It is possible. A team that could get Australia to 94 for 6, you should have bundled them out for 130. Australia is as fragile. Australia is as fragile, so there is no reason why India can not win Sydney. To do that, you have to get a couple of things right, and I hope India does that. Selection changes. Selection changes. One, we will keep you updated after we reach Sydney, which is tomorrow. We will also do a live show from there, from the harbor, watching the fireworks. So we will bring you live pictures of that as well. And then on the first and second, obviously, when the team practices, we will get you every detail. I hope you're enjoying our coverage. Support us, question us, give us suggestions, keep backing the platform, follow us, ring the notification bell. For the moment, good night and thanks for watching.